Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot for Personal Liberty. Mr. Obama, you have a big problem. A tax rebellion has started. Phil Mickelson is one of the most famous athletes in the world. He's worth in the vicinity of $100 million. Last year, he made almost $50 million for the year. Yet he doesn't want to pay California's high taxes. Tiger Woods, far more famous, worth far more, almost $1 billion. Yet he agrees with Mickelson and admits he left California in 1996 for the exact same reason: high taxes. In the same week, famed boxing promoter Bob Arum announced that superstar boxing legend Manny Pacquiao's next fight will not be held in America. The man who makes tens of millions of dollars per fight refuses to pay Obama's higher income taxes. He's considering Mexico City, Asia, or Dubai for his next fight. Can you imagine? Then Tina Turner went public. She's renouncing her U.S. citizenship to become a Swiss citizen, which just happens to have lower taxes than Obama's America. But these are just the rich celebrities courageous enough to go public. This is merely the tip of the iceberg. The rich are fleeing in droves. The Obama tax and spending Ponzi scheme is imploding. What changed? The technology revolution has made it possible to do business from anywhere, from places where the taxes are lower or non-existent and where the government treats us better. Obama had better learn this lesson fast, because this tax rebellion is spreading to millions of Americans with far smaller incomes or assets than Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, or Manny Pacquiao. The signs are everywhere that a tax rebellion has begun. The latest U.S. Census showed us that the states with the lowest taxes enjoyed the fastest population growth. States like Nevada, Texas, Florida, Arizona. Not surprisingly, the states losing the most population are all high-tax states, like California, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, and of course, Obama's Illinois. These states that Americans are running from are all governed just like Obama wants to govern this entire country. Soon, these same Americans running away from California, New York, and Illinois will instead be running away from America. Ask the co-founder of Facebook, Eduardo Saverin, who recently renounced his citizenship and left for Singapore, where the capital gains taxes are zero. Ask big-time Democratic contributor, yes, Democratic contributor, Denise Rich, who recently renounced her citizenship to leave for Austria. The trickle is turning into a torrent. Record numbers of wealthy Americans are giving up their citizenship 8 times more than before Obama became president. That's a fact. 8 times more. Of course, we already know that only 1 year after the UK imposed a millionaire's tax, 2/3 of the millionaires in England disappeared off the tax rolls. We already know that millionaires are escaping from France at a record pace because of high tax rates imposed by the new Obama clone socialist president of France. Even leftist actors like Gerard Depardieu have been forced to abandon the country they love, the country they were born in. This famous actor, though, Depardieu, he isn't alone. Requests by citizens to leave France up by 500%. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy has just announced he's leaving France because of taxes. So high taxes are even chasing away the presidents of their own countries. High taxes work great in France. Their labor minister announced just this week that France is totally bankrupt. His words. I understand all of this only too well. I've got my own escape from taxes story. I arrived in sunny Southern California in 1989 and I fell in love. I woke up every morning to walk on the beach and to watch dolphins swim from my deck. Unfortunately, during the next decade, California grew more and more desperate. Taxes were raised again and again. There were so many rules, regulations, and lawyers, it became impossible, literally, to run a business in California. So I escaped to Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas is America's Monte Carlo. It's a place with no state income tax, no state business income tax, no state capital gains tax, and no state inheritance tax, and the 16th lowest property taxes in America. A place where the state constitution bans income taxes, limits the time politicians can meet, and welcomes guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens. You know what I call Nevada? Heaven. Mr. Obama, the secret's out. Taxes do nothing for productive people like business owners or high-income earners. Nothing. Zero, zip, nada. It's like burning your money in the fireplace. I'm a witness. I lived in New York for 27 years, then California for a decade. What did I get for all those taxes I paid? Nothing. But I did gain something fantastic, a much higher quality of life in Nevada. The money I saved paid for my homeschool tutors for my oldest daughter, Dakota. She was accepted to Harvard University, and she's now attending Oxford. Would she be attending the 2 best universities in the world if I had sent her to public school? Lower taxes changed my life and the lives of my family. Science magazine reported on a study of the unhappiest people in America. They all just happen to live in high-tax states. The happiest people in America happen to live in low-tax states. Coincidence? Maybe these citizens are happier because the economy grows so much faster in low-tax states. The Wall Street Journal reported on a study from the Kansas Policy Institute that shows that states without an income tax have significantly higher growth over the last 10 years. They increased the number of jobs by about 5%, while jobs in the rest of the states in America declined by almost 3%. Examples abound of Americans with high incomes and assets escaping from high-tax states. Between 2000 and 2010, over 550,000 people left California for one state, Texas, and they took $14 billion with them. Maryland, much higher taxes than Virginia, and yet in just 3 years, 40,000 residents escaped Maryland to become Virginia residents and took over $2 billion with them. But New York is the poster child. 600,000 people left New York and moved to Florida in the past decade, taking with them $19.7 billion. Overall, 1.3 million residents escaped from New York in the past decade, and they took with them almost $50 billion. You know what they say about pigs? They get slaughtered. California is certainly a pig. Just like the pigs in Europe, Portugal, Ireland, Italy, Greece, and Spain all chased away the richest citizens and business owners, and now they've got nothing left. Their tax base is destroyed. Add France and the UK to the list. They're all going down. If we let big government progressives have their way, California's sad story and Europe's tragic story will also be America's sad story. Obama's killing the American dream. Phil Mickelson was only vocalizing what millions of business owners in America are thinking right now. Here's the reality. The high-tech revolution has killed the progressive and socialist dream. Isn't that ironic? You can't tax us to death simply because you don't own us. We have iPhones and iPads and iPods and text and laptops and satellite TV, and we can do business from anywhere in the world. From a beach in Sydney, Australia, to a mountaintop in Nepal, to a forest in New Zealand, to a luxury high-rise in Singapore or Hong Kong. It's called freedom. Sorry, Mr. Obama, your dream's about to collapse. Ask Phil Mickelson or Tiger Woods or the President of France or all those millionaires missing in England, or soon half the business owners in America. Tax and spend is DOA, dead on arrival. I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week. God bless capitalism, smaller government, and lower taxes. God bless America.